I got sober at 24 from cocaine, alcohol, gambling. Every single person in my life drinks, uses, parties. How did I conceptualize getting sober in environments like that? And that is the hardest part people go through. I work with people from ages 20 to 50, and that's the biggest thing that they're worried about. How am I gonna go on that fishing trip, that hunting trip next year without everybody when they drink? My dad drinks, my uncle drinks. How am I going to go on vacation with my friends that I have planned in the Bahamas? Those are all things that you worry about, but with sobriety, you have to take it day by day. And for me, I can isolate by nature. I'm a Scorpio, I don't mind being alone, so that made it a little bit easier on me. When I went to rehab, I was living in an apartment with 2 or 3 of my friends. Some of them were my fraternity brothers. I was the issue, but that environment was horrible for me. I would lock myself in my room and try and get sober. I would go on drives when they were all going out to try and distract myself, to stay true to my sobriety. But I would always convince myself to use. That's no one else's fault but mine. But it was extremely hard in that environment. And throughout my time in college, up to rehab at 24, I struggled. I would try and go sober, but I was in a fraternity, so I was distracted. I would try and stay sober, then I'd go home with my family, and that was a trigger for me. I would drink. I would justify all my actions. So when you're getting sober, you have to isolate and protect your sobriety with your life. So when I was in rehab, I was blessed to have my mom get me a new apartment because that's what they recommended. So when I moved back, I isolated. I didn't go around any friends who didn't accept my sobriety. And slowly over time, I started building in new people who accepted my lifestyle. So I started going to church, I started going to CrossFit, I joined hockey clubs, I started playing pickleball. I was meeting people at all of these new places and forming new relationships that weren't tied to my substance use. Now, there were some friends that I could keep that would probably slap me upside the head if I wanted to drink, wanted to use, and I would stay close to those guys. I would go golfing with those guys, I would go out to lunch with friends. But it's about creating healthy boundaries and building a life around your sobriety. It is so important that you cut off negative people. I even distanced myself from family. They love me more than anything, they help me more than anything, but I needed that space alone to conceptualize all the thoughts that I had. And I built this program to help people through that journey because it is very lonely. I was alone, I was sad, I was depressed for probably about a year, but I made it through it. And I learned what to do, what not to do. So if you are someone looking for help, just DM me Freedom. I'm here. I can get you guided in the right direction. I offer a 6-month program.